Welcome to Rare Breed Brotherhood. Why Sigma males are mentally tougher than most mental toughness isn't about being cold, emotionless, or fearless. It's about control. It's the ability to stay steady when chaos hits, to think clearly under pressure, and to keep moving forward no matter how unfair or brutal life gets. And this is exactly what sets Sigma males apart. Unlike most people, they don't crumble under stress or let emotions dictate their actions. They've trained themselves to handle discomfort, rejection, and failure without losing their balance. Where others see obstacles, Sigma males see challenges to sharpen their resilience. They don't expect life to be fair, and they definitely don't wait for permission to succeed. Instead, they adapt, analyze, and execute on their own terms. They don't chase validation or beg for respect. They command it through their unshakable mindset. While others waste time complaining or making excuses, Sigma males stay focused, self-sufficient, and strategic. They don't avoid their demons, they face them head-on and turn their past struggles into weapons. This is why they can walk alone without feeling lonely, remain calm when provoked, and stay in control while others spiral. Their strength doesn't come from luck or privilege, it comes from relentless self-discipline and the ability to thrive where most people break. And in a world that's full of distractions, noise, and weak-minded thinking, that is what makes them truly rare. Number 1, they master emotional detachment without becoming numb. Most people either let their emotions control them or try to bury them completely. Sigma males do neither. They don't run from emotions, nor do they allow them to dictate their actions. Instead, they study them. They treat their emotions like data, something to be observed, understood, and used wisely. When anger rises, they don't explode. When sadness creeps in, they don't sink into self-pity. When fear knocks, they don't panic. Instead, they step back, assess the situation, and ask, why am I feeling this? What's the trigger? And most importantly, how do I use this? This level of emotional control isn't about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about refusing to be a puppet to feelings that come and go like the wind. They recognize that emotions are temporary, but actions have lasting consequences. That's why they never make decisions out of rage, desperation, or blind passion. While others react, they respond, and this ability gives them an undeniable edge. In conflicts, they remain calm while others lose control. In high-stress situations, they think clearly while everyone else panics. When someone tries to manipulate them using guilt, fear, or flattery, they see right through it. But make no mistake, this doesn't mean they don't feel deeply. Sigma males experience emotions just as intensely as anyone else, but they refuse to be ruled by them. They process their feelings privately, reflect on them, and then decide how to act based on logic and self-respect, not fleeting impulses. This is what makes them so dangerous in a world where most people are predictable slaves to their emotions. They are neither cold nor easily swayed. They have mastered the rare art of emotional detachment with precision, allowing them to move through life with clarity, power, and an unshakable sense of control. Number 2, they aren't afraid to be hated. Most people spend their lives bending over backward to be liked. They censor their opinions, water down their personalities, and mold themselves into whatever society deems acceptable. But Sigma males, they refuse to play that game. They don't crave approval, and they definitely don't fear disapproval. If their authenticity makes people uncomfortable, so be it. This isn't about being rebellious for the sake of it. It's about living on their terms, not according to someone else's expectations. They don't waste time explaining themselves, sugarcoating their thoughts, or seeking validation. They know that trying to please everyone is a losing battle because no matter what you do, someone will always have a problem with it. So instead of chasing acceptance, they chase truth. Their mental toughness comes from an unshakable commitment to their values. If their beliefs offend people, they don't backpedal. If their lifestyle confuses others, they don't feel the need to justify it. If their choices make them unpopular, they don't care, because their self-worth isn't based on public opinion. And this level of self-possession makes them incredibly powerful. While others compromise who they are just to fit in, Sigma males remain untouched by peer pressure. While others fear rejection, they embrace it as proof that they're walking their own path. While others let criticism shake them, they see it as irrelevant noise. But make no mistake, this doesn't mean they go out of their way to be disliked. It simply means they accept that being true to yourself will inevitably ruffle some feathers. And rather than fearing that reality, they embrace it. This is why they are mentally tougher than most. Because when you no longer fear being hated, you become truly free. Free to live, think, and act without limitations. Free to be exactly who you are, without apology, without hesitation, and without a single ounce of fear. Number 3, they kill weakness at the root. Most people make peace with their weaknesses. They excuse them, justify them, or pretend they don't exist. But Sigma males, they do the exact opposite. The moment they detect a flaw in themselves, whether it's hesitation, fear, laziness, or self-doubt, they attack it head-on. They don't let it fester. They don't let it grow. They dissect it, understand it, and eliminate it before it has the chance to take hold. This isn't about pretending to be invincible. It's about refusing to let weakness control them. They don't ignore their shortcomings, but they do refuse to be defined by them. If they notice fear creeping in, they confront it. If they catch themselves making excuses, they shut it down. If they start slipping into self-pity, they snap out of it. They hold themselves accountable in a way most people never will. Why? Because they understand a simple truth. Small weaknesses become major liabilities. If you allow self-doubt to linger, it turns into hesitation. If you tolerate laziness, it turns into failure. If you let fear dictate your decisions, it turns into regret. Sigma males refuse to let that happen. They kill weakness while it's still small before it has a chance to grow into something destructive. And this relentless self-discipline is what sets them apart. While most people blame their circumstances, Sigma males take full responsibility. While others look for sympathy, they look for solutions. While most let their bad habits control them, they take control of their habits. This is why they are mentally tougher than most. They don't tolerate weakness. Not because they think they're perfect, but because they know that unaddressed flaws become future failures. So they do what most won't. They face their own darkness, root it out, and make sure it never has the power to hold them back. Number 4, they dominate their inner demons instead of running from them. Most people spend their lives running from fear, from pain, from the parts of themselves they'd rather not face. They distract themselves with entertainment, drown their thoughts in noise, and bury their insecurities under a mask of confidence. But Sigma males, they don't run, they confront. They know that the mind is either a weapon or a prison, and the difference comes down to one thing: whether you control your demons or they control you. That's why they don't suppress their fears, insecurities, or past trauma. They drag them into the light, dissect them, and figure out how to turn them into strength. A Sigma male doesn't pretend he's fearless. He becomes fearless by understanding his fears. If he's insecure about something, he doesn't cover it up with arrogance. He fixes it. If he carries pain from the past, he doesn't let it break him. He turns it into fuel. Instead of letting his wounds weaken him, he lets them sharpen him. This is what makes him psychologically untouchable. Most people's weaknesses are hiding just beneath the surface, waiting for the right pressure to expose them. A Sigma male has already gone to war with himself. He knows what makes him tick, what makes him hesitate, and what could be used against him. And because he has already faced his darkness, there is nothing left for the world to use against him. This is a rare kind of strength, the kind that can't be faked. While others avoid the hard truths about themselves, he masters them. While others crumble under pressure, he thrives in it. While others are controlled by their past, he controls his own narrative. This is why Sigma males stand apart. They don't just survive the battle within, they win it. And that's what makes them truly unstoppable. Number 5, they control their desires instead of being controlled by them. Most people are slaves to their desires. They crave attention, status, pleasure, constantly chasing the next high, the next validation, the next thing that will make them feel important. But Sigma males, they don't play that game. They control their desires instead of letting their desires control them. It's not that they don't want success, relationships, or wealth. They do, but on their terms. They don't chase money just to impress people. They don't seek relationships out of loneliness. They don't care for fame or validation because they know external approval means nothing if you're not solid within. This self-discipline gives them an edge over the average person. While others make impulsive decisions based on cravings, Sigma males take a step back. They ask themselves, Is this actually good for me? Will this make me stronger, sharper, or wiser? Or is it just a temporary fix that will leave me weaker in the long run? Because they don't let their emotions drive their choices, they remain unpredictable and unshakable. They aren't manipulated by flattery, seduced by shallow rewards, or distracted by what doesn't serve them. If a situation doesn't align with their purpose, they walk away without hesitation, no matter how tempting it seems. And this level of control makes them truly dangerous in a world where most people are easy to control. Businesses, social media, and even other people thrive on manipulating desires, but Sigma males see right through it. They aren't addicted to praise, materialism, or meaningless pleasures. They move with precision, choosing what actually matters instead of chasing fleeting satisfaction. This is what makes them mentally tougher than most. They don't waste time chasing things that don't bring lasting value. They don't let impulses dictate their future. And because they own their desires rather than the other way around, they move through life with an uncommon level of freedom, clarity, and power. Number 6, they are psychological counterpunchers. Most people react emotionally when they're provoked. They lash out, lose control, and end up playing right into the hands of their opponents. But Sigma males, they don't waste energy on pointless battles. They observe, analyze, and strike only when necessary, turning the force of an attack against the attacker. They understand a fundamental truth: control beats aggression. While others get tangled in drama, Sigma males remain composed. If someone insults them, they don't flinch. If someone tries to manipulate them, they don't take the bait. If someone tests their patience, they stay calm, not out of weakness, but because they know a well-timed counterpunch is far more effective than reckless retaliation. This is what makes them dangerous adversaries. They don't attack first, but they finish fights. When someone underestimates them, they let them talk, because they know that the loudest person in the room is usually the weakest. When someone tries to play mind games, they observe in silence, because they know patience exposes true intentions. And when the moment is right, they strike, not with anger, but with precision. It's not just about defending themselves, it's about dismantling threats with strategy rather than emotion. A Sigma male's response is never random. It's calculated, sharp, and designed to end conflicts efficiently. They don't waste words proving a point, they demonstrate their strength through action. And the best part? They never see the need to brag about it. This level of psychological control makes them nearly untouchable. People who thrive on emotional reactions quickly realize they can't shake a Sigma male. Manipulators fail, aggressors get exposed, and those who mistake their silence for weakness regret it. They don't start fights, but if you force them into one, be ready. Because when they strike back, it's not with noise or chaos, it's with absolute precision, leaving no room for second chances. Number 7, they adapt without losing their core identity. Most people either resist change out of fear or adapt so much that they lose themselves in the process. They bend to fit in, compromise their values to please others, or let outside pressure reshape them into something they're not. But Sigma males, they have mastered the rarest skill of all, evolving without losing themselves. They understand that survival, both mentally and physically, requires adaptability. Life throws challenges, environments shift, and people change. A rigid mindset breaks under pressure, but a flexible one adjusts without sacrificing integrity. That's why Sigma males are quick learners. They study situations, read people, and adjust their approach accordingly, but never at the cost of their identity. This makes them incredibly dangerous in a world where most people are either too stubborn to grow or too weak to stand firm. A Sigma male can walk into any environment, corporate offices, social circles, or even hostile situations, and blend in without losing his essence. He absorbs knowledge like a sponge, refines his strategy, and plays the game without becoming the game. What sets him apart is his unshakable foundation. No matter how much he learns, no matter how many new skills he picks up, his core values remain untouched. He will never betray his principles for convenience. He will never become someone he's not just to be accepted, and because of this, he moves through life with a quiet, unbreakable confidence. This balance of adaptability and authenticity makes him unpredictable. People can't manipulate him because he sees through their tactics. Society can't box him in because he refuses to be defined by labels. He's fluid, yet immovable, open-minded, yet unwavering, always evolving, yet always himself. That's what makes a Sigma male different. He doesn't fear change, he masters it. And in a world where most people either crumble under pressure or lose themselves trying to fit in, he stands tall, unshaken, and untouchable. Number 8, they are their own harshest critics, but also their biggest allies. Most people either criticize themselves too much or not at all. They either drown in self-doubt or inflate their ego to avoid facing uncomfortable truths. But Sigma males, they walk a different path. They hold themselves to brutally high standards, constantly analyzing their weaknesses, refining their thoughts, and sharpening their actions. Yet at the same time, they are their own biggest supporters, never allowing self-criticism to turn into self-sabotage. This is what makes them mentally unbreakable. They don't need external validation to know they're on the right track, nor do they fear external criticism, because they've already dissected their own flaws before anyone else could point them out. When they fail, they don't waste time blaming others or making excuses. They look inward, break down what went wrong, and adjust their approach. But here's what separates them from self-destructive perfectionists. They trust themselves. They know their worth, even when they're pushing themselves to improve. They don't tear themselves down, they refine themselves. While others crumble under pressure, they embrace it, knowing that the only way to grow is to be brutally honest with themselves. This rare balance, ruthless self-awareness combined with deep self-trust, gives them an edge over everyone else. While most people either give up too easily or remain blind to their own flaws, Sigma males keep evolving, always a step ahead. They don't wait for life to force them to change. They proactively refine themselves every single day. And because of this, they are immune to external attacks. If someone criticizes them, it doesn't sting, because they've already faced those hard truths themselves. If someone doubts them, it doesn't shake them, because they've already built unshakable confidence through self-mastery. This is why Sigma males stand apart. They don't just survive challenges, they prepare for them, sharpen themselves against them, and emerge stronger every time. They are both their toughest coach and their strongest ally, making them an unstoppable force from the inside out. Number 9, they weaponize their past instead of being haunted by it. For most people, the past is a prison. Mistakes replay like a broken record, regrets linger like shadows, and past wounds keep them stuck in the same cycles. But Sigma males, they do the exact opposite. They take every scar, every failure, every betrayal, and turn it into a weapon. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves. If something hurt them, they dissect it. If they failed, they study why. If they were betrayed, they analyze the patterns. They don't just move on blindly, they learn. Every painful experience becomes a lesson, and every lesson makes them stronger, sharper, and more resilient. This is what makes them different from those who crumble under their past. While most people relive their failures like a nightmare, Sigma males harvest their pain. They use it as fuel, as a map, as a reminder of what they will never tolerate again. They don't just survive tough experiences, they absorb them, ensuring they never fall victim to the same weaknesses twice. If they were manipulated, they become masters at reading people. If they were underestimated, they turn their silence into a strategic advantage. If they once lacked confidence, they build unshakable self-trust through discipline and action. Their past isn't a burden, it's armor. And this is why Sigma males are so difficult to break. You can't use their past against them because they've already made peace with it. You can't control them through shame or guilt because they've already faced their demons and come out stronger. They don't dwell on what could have been. They focus on what is and what will be. Every scar is a lesson, every setback a stepping stone. Their past doesn't haunt them, it sharpens them. And that's why they move through life untouchable, using every wound as proof that they can withstand anything. Number 10, they accept that life is unfair and use it to their advantage. Most people waste time complaining about life's unfairness. They believe if they work hard, they deserve success. If they're kind, they deserve respect. If they follow the rules, life should reward them. But Sigma males don't buy into that illusion. They accept a harsh truth that most people refuse to face. Life isn't fair, and it never will be. And that's exactly why they win. Instead of wishing for fairness, Sigma males study the world as it is. They don't expect life to hand them opportunities, so they create their own. They don't wait for permission to succeed. They take what's theirs through intelligence, discipline, and strategy. They understand that power, success, and respect aren't given, they're earned. And in a world that favors the ruthless, they ensure they are always prepared. This mindset makes them untouchable. While others sit around complaining about why things should be different, Sigma males have already figured out how to dominate the game as it is. If the system is flawed, they learn its weaknesses. If the odds are stacked against them, they sharpen themselves until they become unstoppable. They never beg for fairness because they know no one is coming to save them. And here's the difference. Most people use unfairness as an excuse. Sigma males use it as leverage. If the world is biased, they learn how to navigate it better than anyone else. If life is brutal, they become even tougher. If obstacles exist, they don't complain, they conquer. This is why they stand apart. They don't wait for justice, luck, or external validation. They move, they adapt, and they win, because they play the game on their own terms. While others wish for fairness, Sigma males turn reality into their personal battlefield and ensure they come out on top. Number 11. They don't chase respect, they command it. Most people spend their lives chasing respect. They try to buy it with money, force it with titles, or beg for it through constant validation. But Sigma males, they don't play that game. They understand that true respect can't be demanded, it has to be earned. And the only way to earn it is by standing firm in who you are, no matter who's watching. Sigma males don't try to impress anyone. They don't adjust their personality to fit in, and they certainly don't compromise their principles just to be liked. They move through life with quiet confidence, knowing that respect comes not from how loudly you demand it, but from how consistently you live by your own code. This is why people feel their presence without them needing to announce it. Their strength doesn't come from arrogance. It comes from discipline, self-awareness, and an unshakable mindset. They don't need to prove their worth with flashy gestures or social climbing. Instead, they let their actions speak for them. When a Sigma male walks into a room, people notice, not because he's loud, but because his energy commands attention. He doesn't talk just to fill silence. When he speaks, it's with purpose. When he moves, it's with intention. And when he decides something, he doesn't second-guess himself. That level of certainty makes people respect him, whether they admit it or not. And the best part, he couldn't care less whether people respect him or not. He doesn't live for approval. He doesn't base his worth on others' opinions. Ironically, this detachment makes him even more respected because people can sense that he's not trying to win them over. This is why Sigma males stand apart. While others chase respect like a trophy, they become the kind of men who command it effortlessly, just by being exactly who they are, with zero apologies. Final words, the unshakable mind of a Sigma male. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. It's forged in silence, in struggle, in the moments when no one is watching. Sigma males don't have it easy. They aren't handed special advantages. What sets them apart is their refusal to be controlled by emotions, by society, by weakness, or by fear. If you see yourself in these traits, understand this. You're not like most people, and that's your greatest strength. While others waste time seeking approval, drowning in self-pity, or blaming the world for their shortcomings, you move differently. You face discomfort head-on. You refuse to let the past define you. You sharpen your mind like a weapon, staying prepared for anything life throws at you. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. Respect isn't something you chase. It's something you command through your actions, your mindset, and your ability to navigate life on your own terms. You understand that life isn't fair, but instead of crying about it, you master it. And when others break under pressure, you stand unshaken, because you've already done the hard work of fortifying your mind. But remember, being mentally tough isn't about being emotionless. It's about control. It's about knowing when to strike and when to stay silent, when to walk away and when to stand your ground, when to embrace the fire and when to let it burn itself out. Sigma males aren't invincible, but they are indestructible. Because no matter what happens, they will always adapt, always grow, always find a way to win, even if the world is against them. So keep sharpening yourself, keep refining your mind, and never forget, your strength doesn't come from the world's validation, it comes from within. Stay relentless, stay unstoppable, stay you. Thank you for watching. God bless you.